Scarlett, you got a minute?
Hey, Benjamin. I just got off work. What's up?
Yeah, I just submitted my resignation.
What? You mean you quit your job again?
Yeah.
Wait a minute. That's the third time already. What on earth are you thinking? I can't believe you quit your job without talking to me first.
You don't have to get so angry. I'm going through a lot, you know.
That doesn't mean you can just quit your job on your own. I have my own problems too. But I'm putting up with all that to make a living for us. Why can't you do that too?
It's not that I can't do it, but I was having a hard time dealing with politics at the company. I can't work in that kind of environment.
You always blame others. Are you even trying? Are you really that good so that you can blame others?
I did my best in my own way.
In your own way. I don't think you're working hard until people recognize that.
I'm trying as hard as I can.
I'm sure you can do it if you put yourself into it. But if you quit your job too many times in a row, we won't be able to keep paying the bills. Even our savings is about to run out.
I know. You don't have to tell me that.
If you are aware of the situation, why would you quit your job?
I'm sorry.
Next time, I want you to get a job within 3 months. I won't be happy if you're unemployed for more than 6 months like last time.
I understand. I'll find another job within 3 months. And this time, I'll work diligently and won't quit.
Of course you will. We are living with your mother, so you need to start making money as quick as possible.
I understand. I'll do as you say. I gotta go. I just arrived at the station.
Hey, Scarlett, can you go do a little shopping for me? Hi, Jessica. How many times do I have to tell you? I work from home. I'm working right now. I can't go shopping.
I heard a new cookie shop just opened in front of the station. They must have some good cookies there.
Okay.
They're having a special sale until today. So would you mind stepping out and go buy some for me?
Jessica, do you understand what I'm saying?
What?
I'm working right now. If you want those cookies, you have to go buy yourself.
Huh? Why are you being so cocky? What do you mean you're working? You're just watching YouTube or something on the computer, right?
No, I'm not.
You should have a decent job, you know?
I'm working all day. I'm not even taking much break.
I can't believe you don't even have time to go buy some cookies. Even a child can do that.
There's nothing I can do, is there? I have a husband, which is your son, who can't keep a job and he goofs around playing PlayStation all day.
Hey, I won't forgive you if you speak ill of Benjamin.
But it's true, isn't it? He quit his job not once, but 3 times in a row. Playing games every day with a bag of chips. I have no choice but to work. I work to earn money to make a living for us. If you have a favor to ask your son, who is playing in his room.
Well, what a way to talk about your husband. I'm so disgusted with you. It's one reason why you can't even have a child.
I want a child someday, but I can't have a child with such little money. You need money to raise a child, you know? I can't raise a child like this when Benjamin keeps quitting his job.
Oh my God. You just keep nagging all kinds of crap. You're really cheeky, you know that?
If you have nothing else to say, can I go back to my work?
Huh?
I'm working right now. I have some work I need to finish today. Now, if you'll excuse me.
Hey, what about those cookies? Scarlett, may I have a word with you?
I'm working right now.
It won't take long. I just want to apologize for always giving you such a hard time.
You're sorry?
I think I tend to take advantage of you since we're living together.
Well,
Benjamin said the same thing. He said because you're reliable, it made him feel easy to ask you to do many things. And then we both agreed that we should apologize to you.
please don't do that. I don't feel good about this. Instead, I can feel you're definitely up to something.
That's not true. We are really sorry.
It's hard to believe considering everything I've been through.
You know, when people sincerely apologize for their action, you should accept it.
What?
Actually, I've got a little chunk of money coming in.
Huh? Why? You didn't do anything illegal, did you?
Don't be silly, but I'm not going to tell you where I'm getting it from.
I'm kind of having a hard time to believe you.
Don't say that. Anyway, Benjamin and I talked it over. We decided to go on a trip with you, since we kept causing you some trouble.
Wait a minute. Benjamin is currently unemployed, so we don't have any money we can spare. I don't know why he agreed to it.
He's thinking about you, don't you think?
It really affected us financially the last time he quit his job, and we are just barely making ends meet, and our savings running out. If you have money to travel, could you please put it into the family budget?
What? Benjamin and I planned this trip to make you happy. It's terrible to waste all that goodwill.
I'm sorry about that, but our monthly budget is really tight.
What are you talking about? We're just trying to relieve you of your hard work. I'm just trying to help you, so I think you should take our feelings into consideration.
I don't know what to say.
You must be stressed out working every day. We want you to be relieved of your work for a little while.
If that's the case, I'd rather have the two of you work.
That's impossible for me to do that all of a sudden, isn't it? Anyway, let's go on a cruise on a luxury cruise ship, which I had been dreaming of for so long.
What? A luxury cruise ship? Jessica, that's too extravagant. We don't have that kind of money.
I'll pay for the trip, so you don't have to worry about anything. Anyway, I want you to book a luxury cruise for 3 adults, okay?
Me?
Yes. I don't know much about the internet, you know?
I'm busy with work, so please ask Benjamin, who has lots of free time.
I can't do that.
Why not?
Well, you know, he's kind of spaced out, so I want to ask you to do it. You're more reliable than him, right?
Well, I guess.
So, please book us a luxury cruise. This is going to be a lot of fun. It's a trip with good food, drinks, games, and dancing. It's definitely going to be fun.
Jessica, I need to ask you something.
What?
Are you sure you're paying for the trip? I don't have any money for a luxury cruise.
Oh my God, yes I do. Don't worry. I have it all taken care of. A luxury cruise trip is a wonderful idea to bring the family closer together. I think this is a trip we need right now. Let's just, the 3 of us, enjoy it as much as we can.
I understand. Hi, Jessica. Where are you? It's time to get off the ship, so please come back to the room. I can't find Benjamin. Is he with you?
Hey, Scarlett. Are you still on the cruise ship? Well, I guess you want to stay there as long as you can. It's not every day you get on a luxury cruise ship. Benjamin and I already got off the ship.
What?
It was a great trip. We're going back home now, so please pay the rest of the $30,000 for the trip, since I paid for the highway and gas to the port.
Jessica, that's not what you told me. You promised you would pay for the cruise, didn't you?
Huh? What are you talking about? Did I promise that? I don't remember.
Are you kidding? If you want, there's a record of the conversation on WhatsApp. And what's $30,000? I thought the cruise trip cost $20,000.
Well, because it's a luxury cruise ship, there are many nice stores on board, remember? There are a lot of nice things in each store. I was enjoying shopping with Benjamin, and before I knew it, the total went up to $10,000.
When did you two go shopping together?
When? When you were enjoying the spa. Well, I guess we both had a wonderful time.
A wonderful time? You know what? I wasn't into this trip from the beginning because I thought you would do something like this.
But you enjoyed it too, didn't you? You don't have to say that now.
I can't believe you and Benjamin.
No matter how angry you are, you still have to pay for what we spent. You work so hard every day that you don't even have time to spend money, so paying that much should be a piece of cake, right?
What are you talking about? The only reason I work is to earn money for a living.
Yes. So let's get the bill together and take care of it. Benjamin and I will go home first.
Hey, Jessica, you'll regret this.
Hey, Scarlett, are you still not home yet? Maybe you're stranded because you don't have enough money?
How dare you talk to me like that?
What? Who do you think you're talking to? You're a pathetic woman deceived by me and my mother.
Huh?
Well, but thanks to you, I enjoyed a luxury cruise ship. And I could buy all the things I wanted, so I'll forgive you for what you just said.
How can you say such a thing? You made me work all day and spend all my savings. How much do you think I've taken care of you guys?
What do you mean taking care of us? I can't let you get away with that. I thought about asking my mom for a little money to help pay for the trip, but I decided not to. You're the one who's going to pay the $30,000 in one lump sum.
Okay, no problem at all.
What? Have you finally lost your mind?
You wish. I've been taking precautions to prevent something like this from happening.
What do you mean?
A man like you wouldn't understand even if I told you. Why don't you just keep on fooling around and playing your precious games? It's probably the best you can do right now.
What do you mean? Hey! Hey! I heard you said something cheeky to my son. What the hell is going on?
I told him the truth.
You did pay your bill, didn't you?
What are you talking about? I didn't pay anything because you promised to make the payment.
What are you talking about? I told you to book the trip, didn't I?
Yes, you did. I booked the trip in your name, just like you told me to.
What? In my name?
That's right. I had my suspicions from the beginning, so I booked it under your name.
Why did you do that?
Don't you know anything? The cost of the trip plus the cost of shopping is charged to the person who booked for the trip.
What? You mean they're going to charge me for everything?
That's right. You always ask me for some money to go shopping. Who would believe that you paid $20,000 for the cruise on a luxury cruise ship? Anyone would be suspicious, don't you think?
Let me get this straight. So I have to pay $30,000?
That's right. I'm glad I had the opportunity to go on a luxury cruise trip for free. Please take care of the payment.
Wait a minute. There's no way I can pay that much money.
Well, you promised to pay for it. There's a record of that on WhatsApp.
That was a figure of speech. I thought you would travel with me if I said that.
Yes, we went together, and now you're paying for it.
Wait a minute. I really don't have $30,000. Benjamin says he doesn't have a penny either.
But you have to pay what you spent, you know.
What happens if I don't pay?
It would be considered fraud or theft. You will be sent to jail, right? Because you didn't pay for what you spent.
Wait a minute. You are my daughter-in-law, right? If we can't pay, it's your responsibility to pay, isn't it? Now pay up. Benjamin is standing right beside me telling you to do it.
I'm sorry, but I just became a person who has nothing to do with you guys.
What are you talking about?
I'm a stranger to you people.
I don't understand. Stop yammering and hurry up and pay up.
Don't you understand? I just submitted the divorce papers to the city office, and the divorce was successfully finalized.
Huh? Don't be ridiculous. Are you saying you forged the divorce papers?
No, I didn't. I didn't forge them. It was filled in by Benjamin.
What? He says he didn't write any divorce papers.
Oh my goodness. I think he has forgotten about it.
What?
When he quit his job the last time, he promised to find another job within 3 months. If he couldn't keep that promise, I said I'd get a divorce. So he filled out the divorce papers himself and left them with me.
No way. That's the first time I've heard of such a thing. I didn't know that. Anyway, you should pay for the luxury cruise.
I would never do that. Everything is in your name. There will be no bill for me. And above all, I have nothing to do with you anymore.
Hey, Scarlett, you dirty rat. I can't believe you're using divorce papers at a time like this.
Which one of us is dirty? You quit your job without consulting me and stayed home all day playing games. And on top of that, you planned a $20,000 cruise on a luxury cruise ship. And then you want me to pay for your purchases. I'm truly disgusted.
You pay $30,000. That's what we planned for.
Huh? A luxury trip without paying a penny yourself? Don't be ridiculous.
Don't bother my mom. You pay.
If you think this is bothering your mother, then you should get a job. If you two work together, I don't think it's an amount you can't pay.
I'm telling you this because I can't do that. Now go get your marriage certificate. Once we're married again, you'll be responsible for the payments.
Are you nuts? I can't talk to you. I finally divorced you. I can finally get away from you guys. I'm not going to marry you ever again.
Huh? Then what are we supposed to do?
I don't know. Why don't you just talk to your mother and decide? Well then, I'm no longer related to you anymore.
Hey, Scarlett, I can't let you do something selfish.
Which one of us did something selfish? Think about it. I'm not going to get involved in your selfishness anymore. Either you pay the $30,000 or you're going to jail. Choose whichever you like. I don't care what happens to you guys.
Scarlett, don't say that. We were a family, weren't we? I really wanted to take care of you, you know?
Huh? How dare you say that when you tried to make me pay $30,000? How long are you going to keep up with your nonsense?
I'm telling the truth, so help me pay for it. We enjoyed a luxury cruise together, didn't we?
No way. I was alone the whole time on the ship. Although I did enjoy myself.
Then it's worth paying for. Let's pay it together.
Please, enough already. I will not pay a penny and I will not return to that house. I'm a stranger from now on.
Oh no, Scarlett, please. Please help us. I'll do whatever you say from now on.
I refuse. Well, goodbye.
Wait.
After that, it seems that Jessica and Benjamin decided to pay $30,000. They are going to pay for the cruise and shopping. They had been living entirely on my own income, so they had no savings. So they had to ask their relatives to pay for it. Now Jessica and Benjamin have to pay back to their relatives. They were forced to move to an old, cheap apartment near their relative's house. They are forced to work part-time, day and night, under the supervision of the relatives. Benjamin tried to find a job, but he couldn't because he quit 3 times in a row. Even if I were on the company's side, I would not hire an employee like him. He deserves it. I was awakened to the joy of traveling by the luxury trip, and I am working hard every day to save up for a trip. I would like to thank those bum people only for teaching me the joy of traveling.
Lillian, I didn't trust you from the beginning, but you're cheating on Mason, aren't you? I can't forgive you for betraying him.
What's wrong with you all of a sudden? I'm not having an affair. Why did you suddenly say that?
A woman's intuition kicked in.
For such a selfish reason?
Stop lying. You're acting so different from usual. Where are you now?
I'm at home. I just got back from work and finished making dinner.
Then tell him to call me now.
He hasn't come home from work yet. I'm not even sure if he's coming home.
Well then, we don't know where you are. You can't really tell where you are on WhatsApp, you know?
Are you doubting me, Hannah? It's Mason who hasn't come home, not me.
That boy is busy with work, isn't he? It's normal for him to come home late. You're cheating on him by taking advantage of that, aren't you?
Huh? Why would I do that? I'm not cheating on him. To be honest, I'm shocked that you suspect me of cheating.
What's shocking? It sounds like an excuse to me.
Then you may come to my house now, because I'm really not cheating on him.
I'll let you off the hook today. If I get proof, then you'll regret it.
Proof? There's no proof. Hey, I got a weird text from your mother.
What did she say?
She was pretty upset saying I was cheating on you or something.
You made her feel that way, didn't you?
Huh? What do you mean?
She wouldn't suddenly say something like that without any evidence, would she?
I have nothing to hide. Besides, you're the one who's working late every day, aren't you?
Yeah, I think I'm going to stay over again today.
You see? It's rather you who's cheating on me.
Huh? I'm working hard and what are you saying? You have no respect for me or anything, do you? Even though I'm working late, maybe I'll be working overnight for a while.
Well, honestly, our marriage is getting cold, right?
Huh?
Because we haven't had dinner together for the past few months.
If we eat dinner together, we're a happy couple.
Not that I'm saying that.
I love you, you know. I think your feelings for me have cooled off.
I honestly don't know. Because you don't come home, so we can't talk. And if you keep staying over, I won't even get to see you. Lately, I wonder what the point of being married is.
There is a point. We had a big wedding.
You even forgot your promise, didn't you? Last Sunday, we had a reservation at a French restaurant.
What? Did we?
I told you. You didn't even remember. I waited for an hour in front of the restaurant.
I'm sorry about that. I was just in the middle of a rush.
If you were busy, you should have just called me. I asked if you could come and you said you could. I trusted you.
What's the point of complaining about something that's already passed? You're so picky about details.
I'm not picky. It's been 6 months since last time we had dinner together, you know.
Oh, has it been that long?
Besides, our honeymoon has been delayed because of work. How can you call us a married couple now?
You're busy with work, so what can I do? I want to spend time with you two, you know.
Besides, I've noticed.
Noticed what?
The money we've been saving since before we got married to go on our honeymoon. We saved it in a joint account, but the balance was only in single digit. You spent it, didn't you?
Oh, I don't know about that.
Because no one but you and I know the account number. It has to be you, isn't it? It had $30,000 saved up for an overseas trip. I can't believe you spent it all.
Don't jump to conclusion that I spent it.
You're cheating on me, aren't you? It's not me who's cheating, but you're cheating on me. The other day you stood me up at a French restaurant. You were having a course dinner with a young girl, weren't you?
What?
And you're going on an overnight job tomorrow, which means you're going on a luxury hotel trip with her, right?
Huh? Who the heck are you talking about?
I'm not mistaken. I don't think we can be a couple anymore.
Don't say divorce on your own because of your misunderstanding. I didn't cheat on you.
It's no use hiding. Your behavior was so suspicious that I hired a private detective to look into it.
What? You did that? You don't trust me?
How can you say that when you haven't been home for days? I didn't have any trust in you.
I trusted you so much, but you didn't trust me, so I don't blame you for cheating on me.
What's that?
Women are supposed to be pretty. A woman like you who doesn't trust her husband is not pretty.
I'm sorry. You created the situation where you couldn't be trusted. Don't forget that. And now that you've admitted that you're cheating on me, you don't need me anymore, do you? Can we move forward with a divorce?
What? I'm not getting a divorce. I still love you. I'm going to end this text now. You don't need me, do you?
Hey, I haven't finished talking to you yet.
Lillian, Mason told me about it. I heard you're pressing for a divorce.
Did he call you?
Yes, he did. He was shocked that you might be having an affair after all.
Huh?
I hate you when I think about how shocked he was of your betrayal. I can't forgive you for betraying him, who loves you with all his heart.
Hannah, it's quite the opposite.
Are you trying to slip away with your cheap lie? What kind of a woman are you?
He has been cheating on me for a while. The fact that he comes home late from work, the fact that he has to work overnight a lot, it's all because he's with his lover. Moreover, he has spent all of our savings.
Lillian, enough with the lies. There's no way he has done such thing. He's been sending me money ever since he was single.
What? I've never heard of such a thing.
He sends me $1,000 a month because he doesn't want me to feel unhappy living alone. He said he doesn't spend the rest of the money much.
Huh?
He said you don't give him a penny of his money.
No, that's not right. We keep our own money and I don't receive a single penny from him. Why should I give money to him? I'd rather have it myself.
Why?
When we got married, he promised to pay the rent and utilities. Now I'm paying those too.
Then what is he spending his salary on?
I'm guessing he's spending on his lover. After all, he doesn't come home, so I can't even check that.
How can you say that about him? I really can't believe you. Lillian, I knew you were lying for your own benefit.
What do you mean?
You living day to day on Mason's earnings? I heard that you give all of your earnings to your lover. You talk about what you do as if he was doing it.
Hannah, you were totally deceived.
Huh? What's with your attitude? Where do you think I am right now?
Where are you?
I'm in your bedroom. Whose men's underwear is this?
Huh? Did you come into my house without permission?
Mason was busy with work, so I kept a spare key just in case. And then, he asked me to go check the house because he thought it was suspicious.
What do you mean?
He said that since he was working overnight, you must definitely have brought a man into the house. So I went to check out the bedroom and look what I found. There is a men's underwear under the bed. This is obviously not Mason's size. Are you the type of woman who likes chubby guys like this? It's disgusting.
Wait a minute, Hannah. There was no such thing like that until this morning.
If you insist that much, I'll take a picture and send it to you. Here.
I don't know this kind of underwear. I'm sure Mason put it there after I left for work to make fake evidence.
He is busy, so there's no way he can do such a thing.
You're the only one who thinks like that.
You tell lies to Mason and to me without a sense of guilt. You are such a horrible person. As punishment, I will take the necklace in the accessory box and take it home with me.
What? Please don't do that. It's a precious necklace my mother gave me when we got married. It's been passed down from my grandmother to me for generations, so please just leave it there.
Shut up. Don't you have any sense of remorse or guilt? I don't feel the slightest bit.
I have done nothing wrong. Of course, the affair is just something Mason made up. That necklace has nothing to do with anything, so please leave it.
If it's so important to you, I'll take it to a pawn shop as punishment. I'll give that money to poor Mason.
That is a very precious necklace, so please don't do anything selfish, please.
I wonder if this will make you feel a little sorry for yourself. Hey Lillian, my son won't be able to walk for the rest of his life because of you.
Huh? Is it my fault?
First of all, your husband was in an accident, and you didn't even rush to the hospital. What the heck were you doing?
I'm off work today, so I was just getting ready to go shopping.
Huh? Of course the hospital called, didn't they?
Yes, but I'm afraid I don't have to go.
What? What's with you when your husband was seriously injured and can't walk? Do you even know how he got into such a serious accident in the first place?
Why?
It was because you were the one who asked him for a divorce. He's a sensitive boy, and he couldn't get that out of his head.
I don't think so.
Because of you, he attempted to commit suicide. As a result, he will never walk again. You need to take responsibility and take care of him for the rest of your life.
Me?
Of course you! It's your fault!
I'm not going to take care of your son. I think he deserved this accident.
How can you say that? It's all your fault that all this happened, you know?
You seem to believe only what he says, but the facts are different.
What are you saying?
The accident happened when he was on a trip with his lover.
Huh?
He said he was working overnights. He took a paid day off to go to a fancy hotel with a young girl.
Wait a minute. I won't tolerate such an inappropriate lie just because you don't want to take care of him.
I'm not lying. I asked the private detective to look into it, so I have proof.
What do you mean?
I'll send an attachment to you right now.
So many pictures. What are these?
He was having an affair for a long time.
You were the one having an affair, weren't you? He was the one who was suffering by your affair.
I told you it was the other way around. I told you that it was Mason who was cheating on me. I know he was saying a lot of bad things about me to get you on his side. With all this evidence, you can't say it's a lie, can you?
That's not true.
A picture of him meeting her at a nearby cafe after leaving the office. A picture of them walking with their arms linked. There's also a picture of them happily walking into the hotel together. And then, a picture of the two of them riding in Mason's car together. Even a picture of when they were walking into a luxury hotel with suitcases. That must be the picture just before the accident.
Is it true?
With all this evidence, you know it's not a lie. The luxury hotel where they stayed this time was located deep in the mountains with rich nature. The road surface was icy due to the cold weather. His car was swirling and had a serious accident. The police said he must have been driving too fast. Didn't you hear about it?
I didn't hear anything. I didn't know anything. I thought he was so shocked by your divorce that he became desperate.
That can't be true. He is not such a sensitive person. After all, he's the kind of person who makes up stories about his wife's affairs and then cheats on me himself.
Oh no.
This is what happens when you only believe what he says and not listening to others.
But he can't walk for the rest of his life. He needs you now more than ever. You won't say divorce, will you?
Please don't talk nonsense. There's no way I'm going to take care of a man who betrayed me after just a few years of marriage.
You were in love with him, weren't you?
His affair has put an end to our marriage. Hannah, I've been through a lot too.
Lillian.
Besides, we're already divorced. I don't have anything to do with him anymore.
What do you mean, already divorced? How can he sign divorce papers when this is happening? Did you forge them?
Forged? Don't talk nonsense. Did you forget?
What?
You made me write the divorce papers.
Huh?
Thinking back, you didn't think well of me from the time we went to see you to tell you about our wedding, right?
You were taking my son away from me, so who wouldn't?
You said you would immediately make me divorce if I was doing something suspicious. You made us write divorce papers right there, remember?
Was it? I don't remember.
I carried the divorce papers in my bag all the time, so when he went on a trip to have an affair, I went to the city office and filed it.
Oh no.
It's because what he was doing was suspicious enough, wasn't it? So we're not a couple anymore, we're strangers. I don't have to go visit him. I don't have to take care of him.
Then what happens to Mason from now on?
Either you take care of him or have the woman he had an affair with take responsibility for him. Or have him live on his own. Well, there are many ways to go about it. The two of you should discuss this.
That would be too irresponsible. How selfish are you?
Who is the selfish one? He cheated on me and rarely came home. I don't want to throw away the rest of my life for a man who breaks his promises to me so easily. And it's crazy to ask a stranger to take care of your son, isn't it?
I
am someone who has nothing to do with you people anymore. Please don't drag me into any more misfortunes.
You're terrible.
It's you people who are terrible. Your son cheated on me and then made up an affair story that I didn't have. You even took away my precious necklace that my mother gave me. I will be filing a claim for alimony and damages later. Please convey that message to Mason as well.
Oh no. He has to live in a wheelchair for the rest of his life. And how are we supposed to pay the alimony and the cost of the necklace? Lillian, please. Hey Lillian, you are such a terrible person. There's no way Mason can pay the full amount of alimony.
I'm sorry to hear that, but I have all the evidence I need. As someone who was being cheated on, I think I deserve it.
How is he supposed to pay you when he can't even go back to work?
Well, let's see. He has no savings because he spent everything on his lover.
What?
Except for the money he was sending to you, he spent all on his lover. I wonder how many times he puts money into our joint account after we got married. On top of that, he even used up our joint savings.
Was that so?
So I guess you will have to pay for him.
Huh? There's no way I have that much money.
You were receiving money from Mason in addition to your pension, right? Of course you had it in savings, right? And I'm sure your husband's inheritance is there too.
Well, there is nothing left from my husband's estate.
Huh? What did you spend it on?
Well, I went on a trip with friends. I bought clothes and bags and accessories for the trip. Before I knew it, it was gone.
I'm stunned. I thought you were spending a lot of money, but I had no idea you were spending it all. Then what did you do with the money Mason sent you?
That's just for living expenses. So I buy groceries, have lunch with friends, and eat out. It runs out quickly.
Don't you ever save money?
Why should I save money?
Because you don't work, so you don't have your own income, right? How could you afford such extravagance?
It's because I wouldn't have any friends if I didn't go out.
Why don't you just go out with friends who have as much money as you?
You can't do such a regrettable thing. I'm considered an elegant widow.
If you have such determination, by all means, use it in another way.
What?
If your son can't work, then you have to work to pay the alimony.
Huh? I'm old and you want me to work?
Because your son can't work. That's all the option you've got. Besides, I will also charge you for the necklace. Fortunately, I was able to get the necklace back because I asked the private detective to find it for me. And it costs $20,000.
$20,000?
I bought back that necklace with my own money, so I will charge you for that as well.
That's impossible. How am I supposed to pay you when I have no income?
All you have to do is work. We all work and earn our own money. If you work, you would understand how precious the money is.
You're just talking so much.
Oh, and one more thing. Please tell Mason that I've also filed a claim for alimony against the woman he cheated on me with. I have her name and contact information.
Is that right?
Yes, she was an accountant at his same company. Mason has a lot of nerve for having an affair with his coworker. Well then, I think you'll be discussing this through my lawyer from here. Please do not contact me directly.
Wait a minute, Lillian. We haven't settled anything. About the alimony or the necklace payment, about Mason's future life, nothing is settled yet.
It has nothing to do with me.
Mason told me to steal the necklace in the first place. It wasn't my choice. Please understand that.
Goodbye and good luck.
Lillian!
After that, Hannah was persuaded by my lawyer to pay the alimony and the price of the necklace. Hannah, who had no savings at all, seems to have paid them all with the money from the sale of her parents' house. She is now living in an old apartment with Mason, who has to live on a wheelchair. He is unable to work, so his mother has been working part-time to provide for their living expenses. I heard that she started working part-time to make ends meet. She was spending all the money she had, so she deserves what she got. The woman with whom Mason was having an affair was in his car at the accident, but only suffered a broken leg. Thanks to that, the whole company found out about her affair with Mason, and she left the company, perhaps because she felt uncomfortable. I don't know what happened to her after that. I started living alone near the company. I am not accustomed to this lifestyle, and it's hard to live only on my own income. I am thinking of cutting down some living expenses so that I can save money from now on. After all, I have seen how my ex-husband and his mother were spending money.
Good evening, Kelly. It's about 8 p.m. there, right?
Hello, Vernon. It's almost 8:30 p.m. Was it a busy day at your work today?
Yeah, it was. I'm used to it, but it's still tiring.
Thank you for working hard every day for our family. But now that your overseas assignment is over, you can finally come home, right? I'm sure the kids are looking forward to finally meeting you. They don't usually say any of their concerns, but I think they miss their father.
Really? I thought they already forgot me.
You're their father. They won't forget you just because they haven't met you in 3 years.
But Kyle is only 5 years old, right? He was 2 when I was transferred to Singapore. I thought he wouldn't remember.
Don't worry, because you would come back here for long vacations, and we used to go on vacation here. I'm sure he knows you're his father. That's how it goes with parents and children.
At first, I really didn't like the idea of 3 years overseas assignment, but now that I think about it, it all happened so fast.
I was so busy raising kids and working that 3 years seemed like a blink of an eye when I think about it now. I've been trained a lot. By the way, when is your return date?
2 months from now, on the 27th.
So close. I'm looking forward to it. What do you want to eat first after a long absence?
Let's see. I think I'll have macaroni and cheese.
Mac and cheese? I'll get it ready for you then. I'll get some expensive ingredients.
I hope they're not too expensive.
Leave it to me. The kids love mac and cheese too. Are you going back to the headquarters as soon as you get back?
Sounds like that's the plan. So, they're putting me online right now for a meeting with the head office in New York. It's pretty tough because of the time difference.
I think they are counting on you. I'm happy for you.
My colleagues said that 3 years in Singapore is a customary career path. I'm sure I'll be able to work at a similar position when I go back to the head office. I can repay the favor you've done to our family for the past 3 years.
Oh, please don't say that. It's only natural for a wife to look after the house while her husband is away. But I'm so happy for you. After 3 years of hard work in Singapore, it's all worth it. All of your hard work is now paid off.
Yes, you're right. Anyway, I need to talk to you.
Okay, what is it?
Um...
Oh, sorry, Vernon. Can I call you later? I think the kids have started fighting.
Fighting? A girl and a boy fighting each other?
Lately, Kyle has been learning a lot of new words, so he has been arguing with his sister.
I see. I don't like it when they fight. Well, I'll see you tomorrow or when I have time.
Sorry, I'll get back to you. It's been barely 3 years since my husband Vernon was transferred to Singapore by himself. He will be back home in 2 months. I had no doubt in my mind that we would be able to live together as a normal family. I was looking forward to that day to come, but I never imagined that he would betray me like that. Over the weekend, I sent a message to him. Hello, Vernon. I hope this is good timing for you. You said that you want to have a discussion with me the other day, didn't you?
Oh, yeah, that one. Do you mind if we have a discussion about that now?
Kate is at the dance club and Kyle is taking a nap.
Napping. That's nice. Kids are supposed to play and sleep as much as they can.
The other day, Kate told me that adults can buy whatever they want whenever they want, even though that's not true. So, what is it that you want to talk about? Is it about the things after you came back here?
No, it's not about that. Actually, I've been thinking about what I'm going to say, but when I get back, I want you to get out of that house.
What? Sorry, I don't understand why I should do that. What do you mean you want me to leave? I can't think straight.
I want to change my family.
What do you mean by that? I really don't get it at all. Explain it properly so I can understand.
Okay, calm down and listen to me. Actually, I met someone I like in Singapore. I'm in love with her.
Someone you love? In Singapore?
Yes, and I want to go back home with her and our child.
A child? Is the child hers? Or is it yours?
She's our child. She's 2 years old now.
So you're saying you had a local wife there? You cheated on me and had a child with her, right? And that the child is 2 years old? That's just right after you were transferred there. So you're saying that you have a child there, but you just want to come back home without thinking about what you're going to do next?
The moment I met her, I knew that we were meant for each other. I knew she was the one. So I'm going to take her and the child back home to live in the house, and I want you guys to leave.
Wait a minute. That's so selfish. Does she know I exist? You're married, remember?
She doesn't know anything about you and the kids. I can't tell her that, so I want you to shut up and get out of that house.
Huh? Vernon, do you have any idea what you're talking about? I mean, you're cheating on me. That's a great betrayal.
Betrayal or not, it's my life, so I can live it the way I want. It's none of your business.
How can it be none of my business? You have to take responsibility. As for me, what are you going to do about Kate and Kyle? Are you going to divorce me? Pay for the alimony and child support?
I'm going to feed my new family, remember? That's why my money will go to my new family.
Are you saying that you're not going to pay me alimony or child support? No kidding! That's so selfish of you!
You work for the government employee and you've been living with the kids for the last 3 years. So you don't need me to be there for you, right? She needs me. That's why I want to support her properly.
Are you saying you're coming back with that girlfriend of yours?
We're getting married. So I'm going to go back home first, clean up the house. Also, I'll get divorced from you, pick her up, and come back.
So you're going back and forth, aren't you? That sounds like a lot of work.
That's why I wanted to tell you about the divorce and the house first. Then, even if it's less than 2 months from now, I'm sure that you're ready to move out.
I don't know. Is it really that big of a deal? You're asking me out of the blue. After 3 years of your absence, I thought we'd finally be able to live together as a family in this house.
I'm really sorry about that, but it's going to be me and my new family living in the house. I'm sorry for the short notice, but I need you to step aside for the sake of my happiness.
That's too selfish. Why should I step aside for your happiness? What about our family's happiness?
But this is a decision that's been made. You'll have to leave the house as soon as possible. And of course, move your stuff out neatly so that my new family and I can move in comfortably. I'll come back home once in 2 months, on the 15th, and we'll discuss about the divorce. I'm not going to change my mind.
Are you really going to divorce me, Vernon?
Of course. I'm getting a divorce and I'll be marrying my girlfriend.
If you divorce me, I won't forgive you. After such a terrible betrayal, I'm going to make sure I'm thoroughly done with you.
Wow, that's a scary thing to say.
I'll make sure you pay for the alimony and child support for the kids. I'm not going to just sit back and cry myself to sleep while you're doing this horrible thing to me.
There's no way I can afford the money, so give up. You know what people say, that you can't give what you don't have, don't you?
I'll do whatever it takes to make you pay for those. Even if it takes decades, and I don't like the idea of letting you have your own way. If anything, I don't want you to be happy. I'm going to fight you with everything I've got. Be prepared.
I don't know what you're gonna do, but don't do anything nasty.
I was both angry and annoyed at Vernon. I couldn't even understand why I had married him. Everything just went blank inside my head. But I am a mother of 2 children. I couldn't just stand by and watch with my fingers crossed. My son woke up from his nap and patted me worriedly on the back, bringing me back to my senses. I then proceeded with my preparations.
Kelly, what does this mean?
Vernon, have you returned home? Welcome home.
Stop kidding me. Why is there a board that says the house is on sale, the front gate?
That's because I've sold the house. Anyway, where are we going to discuss the divorce? Do you want me to book a hotel's conference room?
Huh? Don't be silly. It's not the right time to book a conference room. What do you mean that you've sold the house? I don't have a home to come back to.
Of course not. You don't have a place to come back to.
That house is for my family. You sold it without my permission.
Vernon, listen to me. Have you forgotten about that house? 7 years ago, when we bought the house.
7 years ago? I don't understand.
You bought the house in my name because I had more money saved up, and because it was easier to get approved for a loan since I work for the government, right? What I do with what's in my name is up to me, isn't it? I just sold my own house on my own. Do you have a problem with that?
That's too selfish. We lived together after we bought it, and we should discuss it.
You took the liberty of going overseas to a new place, got a new girlfriend, and even have a child. And then when you come back, you ask me to move out of the house because you're bringing her back with you? That's selfish.
What about the division of property? I'm paying the mortgage too, so I should be entitled to it.
I checked with my lawyer and I'm properly following the law because you clearly stated on the line that you have no intention of paying alimony and child support. You made a serious mistake.
Mistake? Don't tell me you sold the house for the alimony and child support.
The mortgage you were paying was not enough for alimony and child support. I'll be sure to bill you for the rest. Through my lawyer, of course.
Where are you guys?
There's no way I'm telling you that. You need to ask my lawyer. Besides, I don't want you coming to see me and the kids.
You're having so much fun taking away my place of refuge. You're the worst kind of person.
How dare you? You sounded so happy when you tried to kick us out of the house. Did you have fun making a local wife, even though you were still married to me? Did you enjoy living with your local wife and daughter there?
Well, that's
what you deserve, so you'd better accept the bitter fact. We need to discuss the divorce first. Can you come to my lawyer's office?
Lawyer's office?
Yes, the office is in the front of the nearest station of your workplace. When you come, we'll talk about the divorce and the rest of the money. Of course, with my lawyer whom I can trust.
Don't think you'll get away with this.
Oh, and by the way, I'll call your company too.
What? Why? The company has nothing to do with it.
Because you cheated on your wife while you were away from home, and we're getting a divorce. You're not family anymore, so there will be a lot of procedures at the company. I don't know who the other party is yet, but if it's a coworker in Singapore or something, it's just too much.
It can't be helped. I met the love of my life. I don't care about the company. I just want to make the woman I love happy.
Was it really a coworker of yours? A woman who worked there, in the same company? And she didn't know that you were married? That's strange, isn't it?
Singapore is one of the biggest cities in the world, and there are a lot of people there. I mean, they don't even check if I'm married or not, so...
I'm sorry. I still need to contact the company. I'd better talk to the company about that in detail.
Wait a minute. If you do that, not only me, but she could lose her job too.
She didn't know you were married, did she? Then she's a victim. I'm sure she'll be fine. If anything, she's in the same boat as me.
I told her that I'm a married man after a while.
Oh, wow. I'm stunned. So then she knows now, right?
She saw my messages with you. That's how she found out. But she still said she loves me and that we should get married and live together in the US. She said she loves me.
Looks like I've got more money to charge for alimony. I don't know her contact information indeed, so I still have to tell the company. I'll have my lawyer go through the company and talk to her about the fee.
Our daughter is still young, for God's sake. Please don't do that.
How dare you talk to me like that? Even our kids are still very young, 7 and 5 years old. At this point in time, you're so busy talking about your girlfriend and daughter in Singapore that you don't even worry about Kate and Kyle. You are such a selfish man.
We've been apart for 3 years anyway.
That's not the point, is it? They are your children. Anyway, please come to the lawyer's office. We'll talk about all this.
Please, don't tell the company about the affair and anything related to that.
It's up to you.
What do I have to do to get you not to tell them?
If you and your girlfriend pay proper alimony and child support, I might reconsider.
There's no way I have that much money.
Then I'll just tell the company. The company triggered the problem by transferring you to Singapore in the first place.
Wait a minute, Kelly. I'm sorry. I'll make sure I pay you alimony too. I'm finally back at the head office, and I'm on the fast track to a big promotion. My life is just about to begin. If I fail at this point, everything I've worked for will be a waste.
What does that have to do with me? Everything you're saying is only for your own reasons. You cheated on me and even have a child. You also forced me to move out of my house. You've got to be kidding me. What about the lives of our beloved children? I don't understand why you can only think about your own happiness.
Don't talk to me so coldly like that. All right, I'll go to the lawyer's office right now and get down on my knees or whatever.
Getting down on your knees won't change anything you've done. I don't even want to see that.
Listen, I'm really sorry about what I've done to you.
If you really feel bad, then come to the lawyer's office properly and show your sincerity in the visible form of money. That's the only way to resolve this.
Okay then. Anyway, I'll be right there. So please, don't tell the company.
I'll give you 3 more minutes.
Your joke isn't funny at all, Kelly.
Then I'll give you 30 minutes. Please come quickly. I'll be waiting for you.
I'll be there as soon as I can.
I don't know who started the rumor, but word of Vernon's affair spread quickly throughout the company. He was supposed to return to the headquarters, but he was transferred to a remote place somewhere near Seattle. Of course, there was no way that his girlfriend and child from Singapore would come to such a place, and he was easily dumped right after that. He had cheated and betrayed his wife and 2 children, so he deserves to be punished. I hope he will live the rest of his life reflecting on the mistakes he made. Until now, Vernon has been working alone and lonely at his new office. He sent me a letter through my lawyer telling me that he could only keep working to pay for the alimony and child support, and it's just too hard for him to bear. Of course, I ripped the letter and threw it right away to the garbage bin.
Stella, I'll be late again today. You should go to sleep on your own.
You don't want dinner?
No, I said I'll be late, so you should know that.
It's not the first time you didn't eat dinner. Can you come home early at least today?
What? I'm telling you, it's work. I can't. It's not Christmas or New Year's Eve. Why should I go home early?
Today is your mother's birthday, right? Did you forget about that?
Oh, that's right. But what's the point of celebrating moms? She's paralyzed.
What are you talking about? She may be paralyzed, but she's still conscious. You only come home once in a while, and we eat out for dinner all the time, so we rarely spend time together. Have you forgotten about all of that?
I'm busy with work since I'm not a housewife like you. You don't work, so you can just laze around at home.
I got married at 24, and a year later, your mother collapsed. You insisted on me taking care of her. I didn't quit my job to become a housewife.
I just lost my dad and I couldn't put her in a nursing home. You want me to thank you for that? Let me say it now. Thank you very much, Stella.
Is that what you say to a wife who's been taking care of your mother for 15 years? I'm telling you, I really don't have time to laze around at home. I'm busier every day than I was when I was working. I'm doing all housework and taking care of my mother-in-law. Your mother is a nice person, and I don't mind taking care of her. But to hear you talk to me like that, it's too offensive.
You're annoying. That's why I don't want to go home anymore.
She's your own mother. You should care about her a little. She always worries about you coming home late.
I told you I'm working. Anyway, I'll be home late today. Have a nice birthday party on your own. Bye.
Wait, Louie! Louie, where are you? Your mother has collapsed. She's in critical condition. You need to come to the hospital. The doctor said that she might not survive. Louis, please answer me.
Hey, is my mom okay?
What do you want? You're so late to reply back to me.
I just got to the hospital. Where are you?
Well, I just arrived home.
What? What are you thinking, leaving mom behind?
You're so helpless until the end. Your mother, she died.
You're kidding, right? Why didn't you call me earlier?
I did. Soon after she collapsed. I called you several times and you didn't pick up.
You were supposed to come to me directly and let me know.
How am I supposed to get there if I don't even know where you are? I called the office at one point, but it wasn't the business hours, so no one answered.
I was having dinner with a client outside. Of course, no one would pick up the phone at that hour.
Your mother collapsed at that hour, so I had no choice. Why can't you understand that? If you'd at least told me where you were having a drink, I could have called you.
How dare you talk like that to your husband? I couldn't be there when my mom died.
That's why I called you so many times. Your mother always apologized to me. She said she was sorry for having a son like you.
How could you say that to me when I just lost my mother?
It's true. Your mother treated me as if I were her daughter. That's why I could continue to care for her. It was never for you, and I'm grieving much more. My favorite mother-in-law just passed away, and I couldn't even get her own son to see her for the last time. It's really a pity and pathetic story.
I let you take care of her as long as you wanted. That's what you want, right?
You have no idea how hard it was for me.
You're such a cocky little wife. I've had enough. By the way, I've been looking for a good time to tell you, but it seems that there's no need to be so merciful.
Why now? I don't think it's a good timing.
I'll be honest with you. Today's dinner with client was a lie. I was having an affair.
What?
We've been together for 5 years, and she's now pregnant, so I'm divorcing you. Mom died, so you don't have to take care of her anymore. There's no reason for me to keep you at home.
Do you even know what you're talking about?
Of course, yes. And I've always liked my girlfriend better than you.
You let me take care of your mother for 15 years? How dare you cheated on me?
You don't wear makeup all the time. You dress inappropriately. You don't even go to the hairdresser. How can I regard you as a woman if you're like that?
I was taking care of you every day, doing the housework. There's no way I have time to do those things.
That's just an excuse. You're not even doing what you should do as a wife.
I was so busy all the time. Your mother couldn't even go to the bathroom by herself. When I asked for a home visit nurse, you wouldn't let me.
Well, I can't leave my mother in someone else's hands.
I didn't even get that much time to myself.
You are my wife, so it's your job to take care of your husband's mother. You should have done other necessary things like dressing properly and put some makeup. Anyway, I'm finally having a child. I couldn't have done it with you.
We talked about not being able to have kids together, didn't we? We both agreed that we'd have a good time as a couple, even if we don't have kids.
I don't remember talking about that at all. I don't want a wife I can't even look at as a woman, let alone have kids with her. I'd rather you thank me for keeping you at home all this time.
It's a little too much, don't you think? Your mother just passed away.
Maybe it's your fault that Mom died so quickly. If only you'd been a more devoted caregiver, things might have been different. I think you put something you shouldn't into Mom's food. You didn't take care of her properly on purpose, did you?
I wouldn't have done that. I took care of your mother with all my heart, and she always thanked me for that. And yet, you cheated on me, and to top it off, you had a child with your girlfriend. That's too much to bear.
I'm the poorest of the poor for getting married to a woman who can't have children. The only thing I could do was to have you take care of Mom. But that's over now.
So that's what you really wanted?
Yes, that's right. My girlfriend is about to go into her last month of pregnancy. So you should get the hell out of my life.
You're such a jerk!
I knew you'd be insistent, so I'll pay you what you want.
I'll even file an alimony suit against your girlfriend.
That's also factored in. I'll pay her alimony too. I'll give you my savings. I get to spend time with my kids and my lovely wife. It's a small price to pay for what's to come. Now you're happy, aren't you? I'll give you the money, so just give up and divorce me.
I'm stunned. How dare you tell me about the future with your girlfriend on the day your mother died? That's enough. I'll divorce you.
Glad to hear that. I'm going to have a baby anyway. Since I'm a kind man, I'll give you a month to pack your bags and leave.
You're going to live in the house we used to live in?
Well, it's my parents' house. Her place is a small apartment, and that's the plan. Anyway, you have 1 month, and write the divorce papers right away.
I don't have the energy to talk to you anymore, but I'm divorcing you, so feel free to do what you want to do. I'll move out of the house as you wish.
Hey, what's going on? Pick up the phone.
I'm busy right now. What do you want?
What is it? My stuff is being moved into the apartment. I know you did that.
Yeah, I went out of my way to deliver the furniture and stuff you bought.
Don't be selfish. I told you to get out. We're going to live in that house.
I left, just like you wanted me to, okay?
You harassed me. You're just going to make us have more stuff to move.
I don't think so. I'm selling the house. I was just helping you to move your things out.
Huh? What are you talking about? It's my parents' house. There's no way you can sell it without my permission.
It's my house.
Oh, come on. Have you finally lost your mind?
No, it's in my name.
That can't be true. I grew up in that house since I was a kid. It's my parents' house, so it's legitimately my house.
Your mother gave it to me as a gift before she died, so it's mine.
A gift? That's not what I heard.
Your mother always said that she was sorry to have raised you to be such a terrible son. She said you never cared about your wife and your mother.
So what?
She told me that she no longer had a son, that I was her only daughter. That's why she gave me the house, all of the property, everything.
I didn't know about that.
You didn't even listen to me. She even wrote an authorized will, so the house is officially in my name.
Wait a minute. What about the money Mom left you? There must have been quite a bit.
She left it all to me in her will. She thanked me for taking care of her and said how lucky she was to have a daughter like me.
You're lying. Are you telling me that I won't get a penny? I'm her own son.
The will was authorized, so there's nothing we could do about it. That's why the house is mine. You have no right to live there.
This is a scam. You deceived my mother. That's not valid.
Stop talking nonsense, Louis.
You took care of her just for money. You're a hell of a woman.
You're a scumbag in every way. You didn't even take care of your mother. Even on the day your mother died, you were out on a date with your girlfriend and came home in the morning.
That's none of your business. Why should I give my house to you, a stranger?
I'm not a stranger to your mother. She adopted me, so I'm her daughter.
Adoption? You didn't tell me that either.
I don't have parents, and I think of your mother as if she were my own mother.
Stop kidding me. That's all null and void too.
What are you talking about? It's already been processed. It can't be invalid. Everything is officially documented.
Are you sure that house is in your name too?
I'm telling you, it is. If you doubt me, why don't you check the registry? Well, I think you're wasting your time.
If that's what's going on, I wouldn't have given you alimony or even my savings. I gave you the money because I felt sorry for you, that you wouldn't get the house or the inheritance. If that's the case, then give it all back to me.
Alimony? You mean the $3,000 that were wired to me?
That's right. We transferred the money to you.
If you're just thanking me for not charging more of the amount you transferred, I can understand that. But to ask me to return that to you is a different case. Are you stupid?
What?
If I demanded alimony from you two, there's no way you can get away with only $3,000. You cheated on me while I was taking care of your mother. And because you have a child outside marriage, you're divorcing me. What you're doing is disgusting.
I know that you're just upset that I divorced you. Anyway, pay it all back to me.
You idiot! I could sue you right away. I can get a lawyer and charge you the right amount. At the very least, it's going to be over $1 million.
Nah, you're just trying to threaten me and my girlfriend.
I don't want any part of this anymore, so I'm selling the house and not suing you for alimony. You should just give up and don't contact me anymore.
We just had a baby. We're going to spend time together as a family.
Happiness awaits us, right? You said it yourself. It's a small price to pay.
I have a happiness that you can't have, even if it took you your whole life. Spend the rest of your life alone and lonely at best.
You were pathetic, so I didn't tell you the truth. Don't you remember when you had your fertility test?
Huh? What's all this talk about now? The results showed that you're the main cause that we couldn't have kids. What's the point of talking about it now? Don't tell me you want me to feel sorry for you.
Huh? Are you serious? You don't even remember the result correctly? The test showed that you were infertile.
No kidding. Is this some kind of joke?
Seems that you have replaced the memory with your own convenient memory after all this time. You're azoospermic.
No, it can't be true. I don't believe you. I'm a good man, unlike you who doesn't even know how to behave like a good woman.
I really feel sorry for you. I've been saving the results of your diagnosis for a long time. You're the reason we're not able to have kids. So we talked about it, and we decided to spend time together as a couple, since having kids isn't the most important thing in marriage. I was okay with that, but...
Oh, now I remember.
Right after that, your mother collapsed, and I was busy since I needed to take care of her. I didn't expect you to have such a twisted memory.
Then why did my girlfriend get pregnant? So, the test result must be mistaken. It wasn't me that caused it. It was you.
I can't believe how stupid you are. I recommend you to have a DNA test for your unborn child. Oh, but if you have happy days ahead of you, maybe it's too much. Anyway, it's none of my business, and I wish you all the best.
Stella, I got divorced.
Didn't I tell you not to contact me?
Listen, after all that, I did the DNA test on the baby like you told me to.
I'm not interested in that at all.
Don't say that. What do you think the results were?
I can imagine.
99.9% not my child.
Well, that's too bad. It's so predictable. I don't feel anything.
My second wife, she had another man, and she was married too. She's the worst kind of woman. I was so screwed over.
And what does this have to do with me?
I did everything wrong. I left everything to you and said terrible things. You were beautiful even without makeup and also a great cook. I was missing out on true happiness.
You divorced me because you said you'd be happy with your second wife.
It was all wrong. I realized it. The one I loved the most was you, Stella.
Even if you say you just realized it now.
You smiled at me and said you didn't care if we couldn't have kids together. You adored my mother and cared for me. That's right. You were my true destiny.
Can you stop talking to me like that? It's disgusting.
So, let's start over, Stella.
Absolutely not. It's impossible. That's all.
Don't be so cold. You were adopted by my mother, weren't you? Isn't that because you wanted to stay connected to me even if we get divorced? Wouldn't you be happy if you could be married to me again?
How can you think so positively after what we've been through?
Let's build a house on the land where we used to live again, and you can be the owner of it.
Oh, I've already sold the land too.
You really sold all of it? Why did you do that?
I've told you I'll sell it, haven't I? Anyway, can we finish this conversation?
Never mind then. I don't care where I'll be living because I love you.
I know you don't see me as a woman because I don't see you as a man either.
But you still love me, don't you?
What? I hate you so much. My ex-husband who just decided to get married to his girlfriend right after his mother passed away. There's no way I can love a man like him. My feelings toward you have cooled down to the freezing point. So please don't contact me again.
Don't be so cold to me. I'll wait for you.
You don't have to wait for me. I'll block your number and buy a new phone.
Please, give me a chance. You were the best that ever happened to my life.
I'm enjoying my new happy life, so please don't contact me again. Well then, goodbye.
Forgive me, Stella.
My ex-husband was looking for my whereabouts for a while, but he didn't have a clue. He gave up and registered with a marriage counselor, but he was rejected because he was divorced and unable to have children. He is still spending his time alone. Since then, I met a kind man who accepted me after knowing everything about me. I got remarried and blessed with a child. In the end, my ex-husband lost everything, and ironically, I'm now living happily with my child and new husband.
Hey, Chad. Do you have a minute?
How long are you going to be away on this business trip?
It's my job, so I can't help it.
Work, work, work. When are you going to take care of me?
Take care of you? You're not a child anymore. You can take care of yourself. Besides, I'm working to make a living with you. Don't talk to me like that.
You're looking down on me, aren't you? It's like saying I'm not making enough money to make a living.
I'm not looking down on you. I'll be back tomorrow, so just wait. Anyway, I just got a call from your mother.
Oh, and?
She said she got her stuff prepared somehow. What does she mean? What stuff is she talking about? I have no idea what she's saying.
It's mom's and sister's stuff.
And where are their stuff?
This house.
What? I'm even more confused. You mean our house?
Yeah. They decided to move in with us while you're on a business trip.
What? Does that mean we're going to live together?
Well, that's what it means.
I didn't know about that.
That's because you're on a business trip. I don't know why you're making your business trip more important than the family meeting.
You didn't tell me there was going to be a meeting like that.
It was suddenly decided while you are away. Well, the result would be the same if you were here anyway. What we decide is absolute, you know?
Wait a minute. You promised when we got married that we wouldn't live together. You're breaking the promise.
Did I promise that? It was a long time ago. I've forgotten.
Huh?
You're working all day every day, so it's great that they live with us. You can even ask them to do the housework.
I'm working and taking care of the house. I don't need their help. I'm sorry to say this, but we can't live together.
Why do you hate them so much? Do you hate my mother and sister that much?
Because Neither your mother nor sister think well of me, do they? When I first met your mother, she said, "I don't want to give my son to a hick like you." Ever since then, she's been treating me like I'm a country bumpkin and making fun of me. And your sister said, "As long as I'm home, I won't let you do what you want." Now, if we have to live together, I'm afraid what would happen.
That kind of thing depends on you, doesn't it? I mean, it all depends on what you're willing to do. I think we'll still have to live with my sister for the time being.
She's 36 years old, you know. I'm surprised that, at that age, she's still living off her parents' money. Every time I see her, she asks me for some money from me.
She's your sister-in-law, and you're supposed to give her what she wants. That's why you're working too, so...
Huh? I'm working for our own living, remember?
If you hate living with your mother and sister so much, I'm divorcing you.
Divorce? Chad, are you serious?
Yup.
You took advantage of my business trip and let them move in without even telling me. And now you're divorcing me because I refused?
That's right. I'm preparing the divorce papers so that you and I can get divorced anytime you want.
That's terrible.
I'll mail them to your office since you might need them soon.
What?
You care more about your work than your family, right? You'll be back at the office first from your business trip, so I'll send you the divorce papers filled out and ready to go. Am I being nice or what?
I can't believe it.
How's that? You see how serious I am? I'm ready for a divorce.
You need to be ready for a divorce?
Yes, I do. If you don't want me to divorce you, you'd better do as I say. Anyway, my mom and sister are already living here together.
Chad.
How's work? Are you ready to live with my mom and sister? We're both looking forward to having you back.
How come?
Apparently, those two aren't very good cooks. They're excited to have something good to eat soon. And their room is a mess, and they want you to clean it up.
That's a totally different story. You said they would help us with the housework if they moved in.
Yeah, well, but we all have things we're good at and things we're not good at. Why should I make my mother and sister do what they're not good at? You're a housewife, you know.
Well, I guess that's the way it's gotta be.
What's with that tone?
It's not right for two grown women to live together with us in one house. They should be able to do housework, right? But waiting for me to come home, it's like they want to slack off.
Why do you have to talk like that? Since my dad passed away, they have done a lot of housework. Mom has been doing it since I was little. You should at least understand why they want to slack off.
I didn't see it that way.
Huh?
Every time I went to their house, it was overflowing with stuff and mess. The fridge is full of expired food, and the laundry was always piled up. It didn't seem to me that they have ever done a decent job of housework.
Don't be rude.
Once, the front door was left open. I even saw your sister's room once, and it was horrible.
Huh? You peeked into my sister's room without permission?
The door was open so I could see inside. She left her clothes all over the place. And on top of that, there was trash on the table from eating snacks. I couldn't believe that the 36-year-old woman would have a room that messy.
You can say what you want about my sister, but I won't forgive you if you speak ill of my mother.
Oh, you don't mind about your sister? I honestly don't know what I'm going to do if I have to live with her. I'm sick and tired of your strong attachment to your mother.
What did you say? Anyway, they are already living here. If you don't like it, we'll have to get a divorce.
I'm already single, you know.
What are you talking about? Have you gone crazy because you don't want to leave me?
I'm not crazy. I just filed the divorce papers at the city office, and it was accepted without a hitch. We're not a couple anymore.
What the heck are you doing? Go to the city hall right now and get your divorce annulled.
I don't want to. You're the one who said we're splitting up. You even sent the completed divorce papers to my company. I'm not going to annul it.
I only did it to make you shut your mouth.
I don't understand why you want to rush me.
I didn't mean it. You know that.
No, I don't understand. There are things you can say and things you're not supposed to. There are things you're allowed to do and things you're not allowed to do.
You filed for divorce on your own. Isn't that something you shouldn't have done? We need to talk about it first.
I can say those words right back at you.
What?
About your mother and sister living together with us. I was your wife. You should have talked to me about it first. Without a word, you suddenly told me they've moved in together. That's not okay, don't you think?
You
promised that whenever we do something, we would discuss it together. You broke that promise first.
You decided to get divorced without even discussing it. Living together is nothing compared to that. You've done worse.
Living together is important. It's going to be a part of our lives. What you're saying doesn't make any sense. I'm glad we're divorced.
Sarah, are you really going to divorce me?
Not really, because I filed divorce papers a while ago. We are strangers now.
Strangers? How are you going to live with yourself?
Don't worry about me. Actually, I've been planning to divorce you for a long time.
Yeah? What do you mean?
You always compared me to your mother every time, right? It doesn't taste like my mother's chicken. It doesn't smell like the detergent my mother used to use. That's not the way my mother folded the laundry. I've been so stressed.
I didn't mean to.
I was trying to be more like her. I tried asking her about everything, but in the end she always snubbed me. And even your sister would get together with her and bully me.
That's not true. It's just your imagination.
Huh? You were always nearby, looking at it with a smile on your face. What's the benefit of enduring this kind of life?
I didn't know that's how you were feeling. Why didn't you tell me then?
I told you. I told you over and over again. Your mother is a terrible wife beater, so I asked you to talk to her about it.
Did you, really?
Lately, every time I see her, she's been sarcastic with me about the kids. Don't you remember I told you about it? She even told me that the reason we can't have children is because of me.
Oh.
And on top of that, she told me that if I can't have children, I'm not worthy of being a wife.
Mom didn't say such horrible things, did she?
Yes, she did. So did your sister. I was about to cry and she pointed at me and giggled.
That's not such a big deal, right? Compared to other families, they're very kind.
What do you think of me? But that's enough. The divorce is already final. I'm a stranger to you and your family. I'll do my best to forget about it.
Sarah, are you serious?
I told you I'm serious. You just need to accept that. I don't even want to see your face anymore. Please send my stuff to my parents' house. After that, I'll move my stuff out of there.
Where are you going? Tell me where you're going.
Huh? I'm not going to tell you. Why would I tell a complete stranger where I'm going? I'll never tell you because I don't want you to show up or anything. Then, I don't think I'll ever see you again. Goodbye.
Hey, Sarah. It's been a while. How are you?
What? Why are you texting me? I have nothing to say to you. Bye.
Wait a minute. Actually, there's something I wanted to talk to you about.
Something you want to talk about? I said I have nothing to talk to you.
Don't be so cold. Listen to me. I went to your parents' house after the divorce. I really wanted to see you and talk.
I guess you did.
Huh? You knew?
Yeah, but I told you before, didn't I? I have nothing to say to you.
Don't say that. I got kicked out.
Of course you did.
Yeah? I'm the reason we're divorced.
What? You're surprisingly honest. I thought you'd complain that they turned you away.
That's not true. It was my fault.
Okay, so what's the story?
Is that... Can we start over again?
Huh? That's the one thing I absolutely can't do.
Why not? We used to love each other.
We did love each other, but that was a long time ago.
That's a lie.
What?
You missed me, didn't you? You've been waiting to hear from me.
Not at all. I'm living a very fulfilling life right now. I don't even think about you.
You seem to be doing well at work. You've been working so hard.
How do you know that?
I met a girl you work with the other day. She was complimenting you on how hard you've been working.
It's not like I'm the only one working hard. We're all on the team supporting each other.
That's great. And I don't think I could work for such a big company for years. I admire you for being chosen to be part of a special team.
Thanks for that. But you sound weird. What do you mean?
Yeah. I mean, it's been that way for a while, working for a big company. You must make a lot of money, right? How much are you making?
Why should I tell you that?
Why can't you tell me?
Well, I'd say about 3 times of what you used to make.
Yeah? Really? You're really amazing. I've always admired your hard work, but...
You're starting to get weirder and weirder.
Why? I want to start over with you.
Why would I? I have absolutely no desire to get back with you. To be honest, it's annoying to be texted like this.
Sarah, why are you so cold?
How can you say that? You're the one who initiated the divorce in the first place.
I have a confession to make. I quit my job.
So?
I'm currently job hunting, but I don't have any money and life is tough.
I know.
What? Why? I haven't talked to you once since the divorce.
I heard it from a colleague at work. The girl I work with, who met you the other day. She happens to have a friend at your office.
You're lying.
I know why you left your company too.
So, you also know that I messed around with the accounting girl at the company?
That's right. The girl I work with was disgusted. Divorcing me and then immediately hitting on a young girl? She said, "What kind of nerve does he have?" She said I'm lucky I'm divorced from a scum like you. I totally agree.
Scum? That's a terrible thing to say. I took good care of you.
Huh? How did you get that idea?
After my divorce, I was lonely. So I asked a girl from the office to distract myself from that loneliness.
You're such a garbage.
I'm not a garbage. I've learned my lesson.
Learned a lesson?
Yes, I love you. You're the best thing that's ever happened to me.
Stop it. I feel sick. I feel nauseous.
Why do you have to say it like that? You still love me, right? Even now, I'm sure your feelings are for me.
Were you always that delusional? I don't have any feelings for you. You are history to me.
I don't believe that. I mean, you've been talking about me to your coworkers, right? It's been 6 months since your divorce, and you're still talking about me. That means you're not over me.
You're such a happy guy. Of course I talked about you with my coworkers. But most of them were just me grumbling. We both just sighed.
I don't think she said anything that bad, you know?
Well, that's because no one would say anything bad in front of the person. Are you stupid? I'm really tired of your no-nonsense attitude. I don't have time for this. Can we please end this text now? Just to be clear, there is 100% no way I'm going to start over with you.
Sarah, wait a minute. You need to meet me and talk to me properly. You know it's better for both of us to look at each other and talk about how we feel, right?
You don't need to do that. I don't like you. I don't want to see you.
Please don't say that. Just for a minute. You've got to meet me. Where do you live now? Are you near work or something?
I'm not supposed to tell you that. That's enough.
If you won't tell me, I'll visit where you work. I really want to see you. I want to meet you and talk to you.
Huh? If you do that, you won't get away with it.
But I really need to see you. It's the only way I get to see you.
Don't come to my office. You really won't get away with that.
Sarah, what's going on? I've been kicked out of your company and sent to the police. You still love me, don't you? Would you be okay if I get arrested?
You really start to get annoying, you know? I told you not to come to my office, didn't I? And yet you came anyway. I was surprised.
I told you I'm serious.
I'm glad I gave the security a heads up. You could have caused a huge scene.
I miss you, Sarah. That feeling hasn't changed.
Give me a break. We will never see each other.
Why?
Because I got you a restraining order from the police. From now on, if you come even remotely close to me, you'll be arrested, okay?
Huh?
So you'll never see me again. I suggest you go straight home.
I don't want to. I'm not going back to that house. Mom tries to force me to do all the housework. I can't cook. My room looks like a dump. The laundry is overflowing. I'm not going back there.
That's why I told you so. But you're the one who took your mother's side.
My sister doesn't even work. She just hangs around at home. And yet, she only goes out to drink and ask me for money. I don't want to live with those two.
I told you, there's no way to live with them. If you have believed me then, I might not have had to do this. Too bad.
I understand now. That's why I'm not going to live with them. I still need you. I'm not going back to that house. I'll live together with you, and we'll get back together. I'll get a job and work hard for you, please.
It's too late. We've been divorced for 6 months. You'll never get my feelings back.
Don't say that.
We have been having the same conversation over and over again. I'm going to block all your contacts because I don't think it's going to do any good.
Oh no. Can't we start over? I'm so desperate.
I forgot to mention, I'm going to be working in New York soon.
New York?
Yes, I got recognized for my project presentation. I've been transferred to the head office.
What? It's so far away, isn't it?
Yeah, it's convenient for me. So I don't think we'll be able to see each other easily. So I guess this means the end of your relationship with me.
Oh no. You're abandoning me?
I'm not abandoning you. You've been a stranger from the beginning. You are nothing to me. So I won't help you either. Well then, take care.
Wait. I'll work hard for you from now on. So don't give up on me.
No thanks. I can live without your hard work. You're free to live as you like. Well, goodbye.
Hey, Sarah, don't end this, please.
Shortly thereafter, I left for New York. Chad still persistently visited my ex-office at the entrance, calling my name loudly. He was so persistent that he was reported to the police and taken away. I don't know how his mother and sister have been living since then. I don't care anymore because it's none of my business. I am working hard at the New York headquarters, among the elites. But everything is so new and exciting that I'm getting more work motivation than ever before. I'm going to be a workaholic for a while. I would like to give another try at romance if there is a man who understands me.
I'm in trouble. Hey, there's a guy at my house right now, a friend of yours.
Oh, that's Jeffrey. He's my friend. He just called me and we're going to have a drink after a long time. I'm still working and won't be home for another 2 hours and Jeffrey's already on his way. I told him to go home first.
Huh? If that's the case, you should have called me first. I can't let someone I don't know come to my house. Anyway, I told him to come back when you get back, so he went home.
What the hell is that? That's so rude. I've texted you, telling you that my friend is coming before Jeffrey got to her house.
I didn't receive that one.
You should check it again. I'm sure that I sent it.
I checked it already, but I really haven't received your message. You must be mistaken. You should double check.
Gosh. Seems that there was a transmission error when I sent that.
See? You didn't send it.
But when Jeffrey told you that he's a friend of mine, it's your job as my wife to shut up and entertain him. That's not very nice. You sent him home without even offering him a cup of tea. You're useless.
I don't even know him. What if he's a criminal who pretended to be your friend? What if he does something nasty to me?
How could anyone do that? I don't think Jeffrey would harm you, Rose. You are too self-conscious.
Are you telling me that I'm worse than you, who forgot to let me know that your friend was coming?
Think about it. Why didn't you just ask him to show you the conversation on his phone? That way you would have known we were friends, right? See? That's easy.
I thought so too. I told him that too, but he said that he forgot his phone and wouldn't let me see it. If there was no way to check whether he was your friend or not, there was nothing I could do. Even after that, my husband kept complaining to me for a while. His friend also treated me as if I were a devil's wife. Jeffrey forgot that my husband made a mistake by not texting me before he came to our house. Both of them blamed me, as if I was the only one at fault. No matter how much I was blamed, I could not trust my husband's friend. I just could not trust him in any way. No matter if my husband has given his permission, I don't think it's a good idea to visit a newlyweds when the wife is all alone in the house. Also, what everyone shouldn't forget is, my husband said that Jeffrey is already on his way. Then why didn't Jeffrey have his cell phone with him? I wonder how he communicated with my husband. I felt some kind of unexplainable fear. That's why I decided to go back to my parents' house. Then, I received a message from my husband, who was in a panic when he came home from work.
Where are you now? What the hell do you think you're doing, leaving me like this? You have no reason to be upset. I was the one who texted you to let you know that my friend was coming, so why are you the one who's still mad at me all this time?
Are you listening to me? I told you the other day I didn't get a message. You said there was a transmission error. Don't forget it just for your own convenience.
That's why I called you, didn't I? I was trying to make sure that you're okay.
You called me? I didn't get that.
There you go. You're so full of it. I didn't hear it. I didn't get it. You just forget about it, didn't you?
Then why were you trying to text me? You couldn't call me, so you decided to text me, didn't you?
I did what I was supposed to do, Rose.
You keep telling me about that and you never listen to me. I thought that when we got married, you'd think a little more about me. I was wrong. I've had enough. You just keep one-sidedly bad-mouthing me for selfish reasons.
But you can't prove I didn't contact you, can you?
Huh? There's no record of text or missed call from you, Kenny.
Think about it. How can someone that can be easily erased like that be proof? You're too self-aware. Nobody's after you.
That's not what this is about. Yeah, okay. Seems like you're not going to apologize to me.
Why should I apologize? You're the one who's sorry, right? I didn't do anything wrong.
Then fine, I won't even talk to you. I'm thinking about a divorce. That's what I'm gonna do.
Hey, you think you can talk to me so selfishly like that? What the hell do you want? What's your purpose?
I beg your pardon? I don't trust you anymore. That's why I said I want a divorce. I don't understand why you're blaming me when I didn't do anything wrong.
That's why I told you that my friend, Jeffrey, was going to visit our house.
You see, This just keeps going back and forth, so I don't want to talk about it anymore. Even if you did text me, why would you call your friend when you're not home?
Because Jeffrey said that he didn't have a place to wait.
A place to wait, huh? What a lame excuse. There are plenty of places to wait, such as restaurants and so on. Isn't that crazy? Coming all the way to our house when I was the only one there.
Don't say bad things about my friend.
Okay, let's say I let your friend come inside. What do you want me and your friend to do?
You can just prepare dinner or something, like what everyone does when they have a guest coming to the house. Just serve tea and snacks to him. Let him watch TV and make him feel like home.
You want me to cook dinner for a stranger?
Yeah, what's wrong with that? It's not that hard, is it? That's what a wife is supposed to do.
Likewise, if my friend came over, would you serve her dinner?
I would if she's your friend. I'll say serve her tea too.
Then what if that friend of mine is actually a criminal who just lied to you?
You don't have to worry about that. You've never had a friend visiting you in the first place. Anyway, do you really have a friend? That means when the person says that she's your friend, I'll know right away that she's trying to deceive me.
Kenny, do you realize that you're contradicting yourself?
Huh? I'm just stating about the common sense. You're just being too logical and difficult. Also, you're trying so hard to justify yourself.
No, I think I'm just talking plain and simple.
That's your common sense. I'm different from you and I'm not that complicated.
Then divorce me because I can't be with someone who doesn't value my common sense.
Huh? Why are you talking like that? That's so extreme.
If that's the way you're talking right now, then yes.
But divorce over something like this is overreacting, right? You should think twice.
I thought so too. We'd get into trouble over something as trivial as this, you know? I can't continue our marriage to someone I can't have a proper conversation with. I'll report this to your parents too.
You think you can do such a selfish thing? I'll forgive you now, so don't make any more trouble and come back.
Forgive me? I'm not going back to our house. You have until tomorrow to decide whether you're going to apologize or divorce me. If you don't apologize, let's have a divorce.
That's right. I just remembered. Jeffrey was at our wedding.
What? What are you talking about out of the blue?
We knew each other. He was at our wedding, so he knew you too. That's why he wasn't a stranger.
What do you think you're talking about, Kenny? Do you know how many friends you invited to our wedding? There were a lot of people and most of them were your colleagues. How could I remember the face of someone I met only once at the wedding?
Don't be so heartless. Jeffrey was there to celebrate our marriage.
Do you remember the faces of even one of my friends? Would you recognize them if you saw them on the street? What's wrong? Did you just ignore me because you don't remember any of my friends? Are you just going to forget every single thing that you think is inconvenient for you?
Jeffrey is really my friend.
Even if I did remember him, it doesn't mean that Jeffrey is my friend, okay? We have never talked to each other. I don't want to spend a few hours alone with a stranger. I don't care even if you ask me to do it for your sake.
He's a friend of mine. Why can't you just be nice to him for my sake? If you can't even do that, that's very selfish of you. It's okay that this time it was a friend, but what if the person was my boss? That could affect my promotion. Can you take responsibility if I don't get promoted for the rest of my life because of you? Isn't that the worst thing you could do as a wife?
Okay, let's say that the person was a criminal. If I got killed because I invited him in, can you take the responsibility for that? Kenny didn't reply to me. Well, I guess he can't answer that because he has never thought about that possibility. Seems like the divorce is not moving forward. Maybe I should ask for a lawyer. The next day, I looked at my cell phone during my part-time job lunch break. I got a long message from Kenny. I didn't even want to read it. Although the content was in the form of an apology, the message was full of excuses and condescending. No matter how hard I tried, I could not forgive him. One thing that bothered me was that his friend Jeffrey said he wanted to apologize to me. I was thinking about why Jeffrey wants to go through the trouble of meeting me. I felt that something was not right. I wanted to set up a meeting with an attorney to discuss the divorce matter. I contacted my husband but did not receive a response. Then, on the weekend, my husband suddenly came to my parents' house with Jeffrey. When they came, my younger brother and his wife Megan were there. My parents were out, so the five of us, my husband, Jeffrey, my younger brother, and his wife, decided to have a discussion. There was no apology from my husband and Jeffrey. The discussion remained at a standstill. It didn't make any sense. I wondered what they came here for. In the end, I decided to hire an attorney. I asked my husband and Jeffrey to leave that day. Later that day, I was told an unbelievable fact by a certain person. What are you waiting for? All you have to do is get a divorce. You're the one who made things so complicated. What's wrong with you all of a sudden? This is between me and Kenny. It's none of your business, Megan. Of course, it's also my business. I want to marry Kenny as soon as possible. Seriously, what are you talking about? You are my brother's wife. I found out when I visited your house last time. I realized that I was married into this family to meet Kenny. I felt like it was my destiny to be together with him. You're also insensitive, aren't you? Kenny is very fond of me, so he's mine already. He said he'd remarry me as soon as he divorces you. Just go ahead and tell Kenny is not at fault. Well, he doesn't love you anyway. Then you can get a divorce with a clear mind, right? Kenny may feel refreshed, but I don't. If he doesn't love me, then why is he arguing about the divorce? He can just do it straight away if he wants to. Kenny is a smart guy. If he admits that he's at fault, you'll have to pay alimony, right? He said he doesn't want that to happen. That's not smart. That's just being petty. So since he doesn't want to pay for alimony, he's just going to keep on complaining. I'm appalled. What about Jeffrey then? It's just not right that he keeps popping up multiple times. He has nothing to do with this, so why is he acting like he's a part of this matter? I'll tell you what I think. Jeffrey loves you. Huh? He fell in love with you when he saw you at the wedding, but he gave up on you because you're his friend's wife. But when he and Kenny were having a drink together, Kenny told him that he wanted to divorce you. When he heard that, Jeffrey's love for you had got stronger than before. I'm happy for you. So you and my husband took advantage of that. Well, that's what it comes down to, but it doesn't matter, does it? The truth is that the day Jeffrey went to your house, I got proof of the affair and tried to use it for the divorce. But Jeffrey chickened out at the last minute. Since you turned him away, the whole plan got screwed up. You're just playing hard to get. Do you even know what you're talking about? You're saying that you're trying to take advantage of your own friend. That's very inhuman. It's okay because nothing happened, right? It would have been fun if something had happened. That's not the point. Do you even care about other people's life? If that had happened, Jeffrey would have been arrested by the police. Kenny told Jeffrey not to worry because he would pay for the settlement. Jeffrey said he had no intention of doing any harm to you. He didn't even know he was being used, and he was so eager to go and see you. Poor Jeffrey. He thought that he could be together with you. He's just too sweet, which really makes me want to laugh out loud. You're such a jerk. You can say what you want. It doesn't hurt my feelings at all. At first, I was going to charge you with adultery, but that's too much trouble. Just divorce Kenny as soon as possible. I don't want to wait any longer. You don't have to pay me any more money, so just get out of my life. When Megan contacted me, a chill ran down my spine. I felt as if I were frozen by her curse. It was all planned. I have no trust in my husband anymore. He is more of a stranger to me now. I'm afraid to stay in the marriage any longer, and I don't want him to come up with another nasty plan. I decided to consult an attorney immediately. I was confused with a mix of anger and disappointment. Once I realized that it was a setup, I completely switched myself to an anger mode. I swear that I will not be defeated. Let the war begin from here on. What do you think you're doing, Rose? It's so obvious, isn't it? What you tried to do to me. I'll never forgive you. You have to take responsibility as an adult. I didn't do anything wrong. You just didn't do anything directly to me. You knew about the plan, so it's the same thing. This whole thing has hurt me a lot. I've been scared. That's why I'll make you pay for the alimony. But your brother is going to ask for alimony too because he's divorcing me. I can't pay that much. Don't you dare say that to me. You're still married and you're responsible for hurting my brother's feelings.
I also gave him the screenshot of the messages I had with you. You'd better admit it soon, Megan. You don't like waiting, do you?
You're the worst thing ever! That's why you're dumped by Kenny!
I know, I'm not stupid, so maybe I was too smart for Kenny. But to be honest, I'm grateful to you for giving me the opportunity to divorce my husband like that. Thank you, Megan. You and Kenny are a perfect match. I know it's going to be hard to pay for the alimony from now on, but you and Kenny are capable to do that together.
Wait a minute! I'm not finished talking with you! You must drop your lawsuit against me. The alimony from Kenny is enough. You don't have to take it from me too. Hey, don't ignore me. Say something, Rose, please.
That terrible plan was exposed. Kenny and I, Megan and my brother were able to divorce rather easily. My brother and I sued Kenny, Megan, and Jeffrey for alimony. The three of them kept blaming each other. They showed no signs of remorse for what they had done. They are really shabby people. The attorney thought they were malicious and demanded a substantial amount of money for compensation. If they did not comply, they would go to court and content-certified letter will be sent to each company they are working for. With this, Kenny and Jeffrey gave up easily and paid the fee. Megan, who was a housewife, had no way to pay the fee, so she was complaining, but her parents shut her up. Kenny was blamed so badly by my parents, his younger brother, and his own parents, and when he came to my parents' house to write the divorce papers, I was surprised to see that he was like a zombie. But both my parents and my brother say they have no intention of forgiving Kenny. Of course, neither do I. It seems that Megan told Kenny to marry her, but Kenny's parents were against that. It seems that Kenny, who's fed up with all the lecturing from his parents, did not defend Megan and turned her away, saying that he would not marry her. I have returned to my parents' house and am regaining a peaceful life. After what happened, my brother and I were depressed for a while. But both of us were glad that we realized the true nature of Kenny and Megan at an early stage before we had kids.
Hello, Sean. How are you doing? It's your mother. You work from home, so you're all alone during the day today, right? Are you feeling well? Are you eating well? Are you sleeping well? Is your work going well? Is Alicia taking good care of you?
What the hell? Please stop with texting me as if you couldn't live without me, Mom. I was working hard like usual, but now I've lost my concentration.
Well, you shouldn't talk to me like that. I'm just worried about you. If I could, I'd like to take care of you by myself. Since I can't go over there, Alicia is the only person who can do that now.
I've told you many times to stop treating me like a little boy. I'm already 34 years old. I'm a grown man. Cut it off, okay?
Well, don't be angry like that. I'm sad to hear that.
I just don't like the way you treat me. Why can't you treat me like a grown-up man?
But you know what? For me, you are still my dearly beloved little boy. You know, people say that children are always children to their parents. Even if you have grown up to be an adult, you will always be my adorable son.
I think you are misunderstanding the fundamental meaning of the word.
By the way, how's your wife? I tried to call her after 1 p.m., but she hasn't answered yet.
Well, it's because Alicia is not allowed to use cell phone at work. She leaves her phone in the locker room when she's at work, so she probably doesn't even look at it during her lunch break. If she does respond, it will probably be after work.
Oh, is it going to be that late? Then, doesn't that mean she can't take care of you? Oh my God, I knew my fears were right on target. I had a feeling you were in danger, so I texted you and this is what I got. It's called a mother's instinct.
Huh? What on earth did you say to Alicia?
I asked if she came home during the lunch break.
Why?
She has to make lunch for you, right?
I can at least make my own lunch.
So she didn't come home after all?
Of course she didn't. In the first place, the company she works for is quite far from here. She can't come home and go back to her workplace in just 1 hour.
What? She works at a company that's far away? I'm so surprised.
Why would you be so surprised? It's just that it's difficult to go back and forth during lunch break, but it's a distance that everyone can commute normally.
No, it's not. If she can't take care of you during the lunch break, it's far enough.
I know some people who commute 2 hours each way.
If it's someone other than your wife, I'm sure that I won't mind. But Alicia is your wife. She exists to take care of you, doesn't she? But she can't even check her cell phone at her earliest convenience to cook lunch for you. What on earth is she doing? I want her to quit working as soon as possible. Get her to work closer to home. Well, at the very least, she should be able to walk or ride her bicycle for 3 minutes. She needs to cook, clean up, and make your after-dinner coffee. Also, she must clean your room.
No, there's no way I can let her do that. This is a big residential area. There's no place to work within a 3-minute walk or bicycle ride. Besides, Alicia loves her job. I think it's fine the way it is. Anyway, I didn't marry her just because I want her to take care of me.
Seriously?
I'm surprised to hear that you didn't realize that. I sometimes take care of Alicia too. I think it's fine for us to have it both ways as a married couple.
Well, you know what? You've only been married for 3 months, and she's been putting you through such a hardship. I always thought she was a kind girl, but looks like I was wrong. Oh, my poor boy, I feel sorry for you.
What do you mean by that?
Oh, if it wasn't such a distance of 4 hours one way, I would go there every day to take care of you.
Please don't ever do that.
Actually, I've been thinking about it for a while. Let's put it into action.
What are you talking about?
I'll tell you when I do it. Don't worry. I'm on your side no matter what. I just need a little time to prepare, but just wait and see. I'm sure that you will be happy to see me.
I have a very bad feeling about this. Alicia, are you available to talk now? I'm sure you've received a message from my mom who thinks that I'm some sort of 3-year-old boy. You can just ignore it as usual.
Hello, Sean. I just finished work. I'm waiting for the train at the station. Did your mother texted you again like crazy?
Yeah, she did. I'm so distressed. I can't even laugh about it.
Oh, I'm sorry for you, honey.
You know what? Maybe she's just lonely living alone because my father divorced her some years ago. But I think the reason my father divorced her in the first place is because his wife is too attached to her son and it's too gross for him to bear. It's scary that my mom still doesn't get it even after 2 years or so. I'm really close to the end of my rope. It's really tiring to communicate with my mom.
You've done a great job dealing with your mom, Sean. It's a relief that your father understands how you feel.
You're right. I was so busy after my parents filed the divorce. The good thing was, I was able to get out of my parents' house. If it wasn't for that, I wouldn't have met you, sweetheart. If I decided to stay with my mother at that house, gosh, I shudder to even imagine about that. It would be easier if I could just ignore it. Oh, I'm dying to block my mother.
If you do that, she'll definitely come barging in here.
I'm seriously getting dizzy just to think about that.
Sorry.
I shouldn't have given her our home address, even though it's not so easy for her to get here. I really regret what I've done.
But that was the condition for you to come out of your parents' house, wasn't it? You had no choice. Don't blame yourself, Sean.
I guess you're right. I was desperate at the time, thinking it was my last chance, so I obeyed that without thinking too deeply. In the end, I'm getting frustrated every time I get a call from her. I'm always on edge, wondering when she's going to barge in. It's better than when I was at home, but it's still a stressful life.
She's been troubling you that you can't even concentrate on your work, hasn't she? Last week, she didn't even care that it was the deadline to submit your work.
That's right. That's what bothers me the most. Even though she's my mother, she's a real pain in the ass. She says she's doing it for my sake, but all she does is just get in my way. If I don't do something about it soon, my mental health will be in danger.
I'm so sorry.
Alicia, you are the only thing that keeps me going.
Then I have good news for you.
Oh, what is it?
It's about what I've been asking my real estate agent friend. I got a call from him that he found a place that fits our needs.
Really?
It's soundproof, so it will be perfect for your long-cherished dream of having a room dedicated for your work.
Oh, I'm honestly happy to hear that.
I heard that we can go check the property tomorrow, right?
Let's go there tomorrow. If we both like it, we can make a decision right away, can't we? We have to decide whether to renew or terminate our contract with the current apartment anyway.
I guess so. I'm sure my friend will be happy to hear from you. I'll call him as soon as I can.
Thanks for your time. I'm so excited.
Me too. As soon as we decide, we'll start preparing for the move. You don't have to worry about your mother anymore.
Got it. I'm suddenly feeling more energetic now that I have a glimmer of hope. It's going to be busy, but we'll do our best.
Yeah, good luck to us. Sean, my boy, it's your mother here. I'll be arriving there soon. I'm so excited to see you, darling. Oh, if you're busy, you don't have to reply. I know that you're probably at work. We can be together all the time from now on, right? Sean, are you home? The door was unlocked. Did you forget to lock it and went out? It was supposed to be a surprise, but I got a little carried away. I mean, your wife isn't here either. It's Sunday, so I thought you both would be here. Maybe the two of you are out somewhere? I'll take care of this. Don't worry about me. You can enjoy your holiday.
What? Mom?
Oh, Sean, at last. Right now, I just got my friend to drive my car and brought in my luggage.
Your luggage? Brought them in? Sorry, I don't think I understand you, Mom.
By the way, your wife is not good at cleaning. Your room is not very tidy. She needs to learn how to clean properly. Now that I'm here, I have to teach her well.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh no, there's only beer and snacks in the fridge. And as far as I can remember, you don't drink alcoholic beverages. Then this must be Alicia's. I can see how much she's been neglecting you. This is quite a problem. Poor boy, you are being bullied by your wife, who can't even clean your room, let alone take care of you. But it's okay. From now on, your mother will protect you.
So what? What are you talking about?
By the way, this room was a one-bedroom apartment. I've reduced my luggage as much as possible, but it looks a little short on space. It's too small for the three of us. But if we move to a bigger place as soon as possible, it will be fine.
What? One bedroom? No way! You came to our old house? You never said anything about that.
It's a little surprise. What do you think? Aren't you happy with that? I thought you would be happy, so I secretly prepared for that. From now on, you and me will live together forever. I don't think Alicia can take care of you perfectly, and that's why you need your mother. That is the best solution.
Are you kidding me?
I'll prepare dinner, so come home early. I'll make your favorite omelette tonight.
Hey, Mom.
What is it?
I think you're trespassing. I won't say anything bad about it, but you should leave that house right now.
What? Trespassing? You're so funny. You're so good at jokes. Your favorite mother just came to her adorable son's house. I came to the address you gave me, so this should be where you live.
That's not our house anymore. We moved out.
What? Moved out?
Yeah, we moved out.
This can't be true. Sean, darling. Oh, you're divorced from Alicia, huh? That's great. A wife who can't even take care of you doesn't deserve you.
I didn't. I'm too dumbfounded to say anything else. Me and Alicia, we found out that our one-bedroom apartment was too small for us, so we moved to a bigger room.
Really? Then this room is...
Alicia just checked with the landlord. She said that there are already new tenants in the room.
What?
The landlord contacted him and he said he forgot to lock the house and went out. Mom, you are breaking in since it's now a stranger's house.
Oh my God!
What the hell are you doing? I don't even want you to show up unannounced. You're planning to move in with me without consulting me? Bringing in stuff without the owner's knowledge? Even if you take into account the fact that the current resident forgot to lock the door? I think it's too insane.
You know, I just wanted to see your happy face. I planned this as a surprise. I didn't expect you to be moving out, so I failed. But your mother's feelings made you happy, right, Sean?
I'm not happy at all. It's a big inconvenience. Oh no, please don't say that. The landlord is going to the room now. Besides, the owner of the room also will be coming home in a hurry. So get your stuff out of here. Apologize to those people. If you don't hurry, it will be a police matter. Police matter? Why? What's the matter with you? Because you're trespassing someone else's house. Where are you and Alicia now? Tell me your new home address. I'm coming over there now. Don't come. I'll never tell you where we live. Go back to your old house. That house is already on the market. I beg your pardon? So let's move in together. I can't. But if it's bigger, then I can move in with you. You picked out a bigger house for me to live with you, didn't you? Alicia is pregnant. Are you joking? We were moving to make a new start, the three of us, parents and the unborn child. Please don't get in my way. Pregnant? Whose baby is it? It's my child, of course. Oh no, I can't believe you would do such a thing. Tell your mother the truth, okay? Huh? You are being threatened by Alicia to tell her that the unborn child is yours, aren't you? Oh, poor boy. Your mother will protect you no matter what, so don't worry. Alicia didn't have an affair. I want to have a child with Alicia. That's why she's now pregnant with my child. No, things aren't supposed to be like that. You are not allowed to do that. My little boy would never do such a thing. You know how your mother feels, don't you? I've had enough, Mom. What do you mean, Sean? You're sick of living with Alicia, aren't you? I understand perfectly. So let's live with your mother then. I don't want someone like you to be my mother anymore. Sean, what's wrong? What are you saying? I'm going to cut ties with you. Don't contact me anymore. Sean, please don't be silly. Sean, are you there? Tell me the new address where you're moving to. I left the rest to the landlord to deal with. I was prepared that the police action might be unavoidable. I'm not involved in the trouble since I wasn't there, so my mother just apologized and left. Soon after that, she asked my uncle, my mother's brother, for help. My uncle asked me about what happened between me and my mother, so I showed him the talk history. He was both appalled and nauseated, but eventually understood my feelings toward my mother. In the end, my mother starts to live at my uncle's house. We agreed that she would eventually be admitted to a nursing home. My mother, who finally understood that I hated her, was in despair. She spends her days in a corner of a room, staring at pictures of me.
My name is Rebecca. I am in my early 30s and I am a novelist. I live with my 2 elementary school daughters and my husband James, a copywriter and the same age as me. Recently, I'm suffering from my mother-in-law's behavior. She's from a good and rich family and married to a man who is a director of a company. Since she has been spoiled ever since she was born and has done whatever she wanted, she is a nuisance who ranks and one-up everyone around her based on their family background and money, including our family, my parents, and her daughter's family who left her house to marry into her husband's family. And recently, she even started doing this. Rebecca, where do you keep the new body soap? The last one I used was so nice and my skin got smooth, so I want the same one for mine. Bianca, you came to our home again without permission? You and James are both at work today, and Annie and Rachel are away on a school trip, right? I've come to protect your house for you guys. As a thank you gift, I'll take some body soap. You should be thankful. I don't charge you in cash. A home guard? Please stop making jokes. Also, that's our house, so don't take her stuff without permission. I mean, how many times have I told you not to go into her house without permission? This is not only your house, right? It's also James' house, so it's natural for me, his mother, to go in and out. I mean, he gave me a duplicate key, so it's fine. He's warned you many times, hasn't he? He told you that the next time you enter the house without permission, he would confiscate it, right? Oh, really? You always mess up your house and it's really bothering me. Who do you think cleans up after you leave each and every time? When we go on vacation or leave the house for a long period, it's so hard for me to clean it up when I get back. Please don't do anything more to mess the house. Also, this tea and sweets look so good. I'll take some home for my husband. Hey, are you listening to me? I'm listening. You know, Bianca, do you really know what you're doing? Even though you are his mother, it's not right for you to come in without permission when he refuses to let you in. This is trespassing. In other words, it's a crime. Do you understand? You're overreacting. Don't you realize that you're narrow-minded? Oh God, of course you're a wife from a poor family. That has nothing to do with this. You've been so selfish with me with your money and the power from your family, and now you go in without permission and take things from other people's homes? Again, do you understand that this is a crime? Look, I may be your in-law, but I'm still a mother. Don't be stingy. Don't call it a crime. Oh God, I'm so frustrated because you don't understand. Why did James even let this unintelligent, poor girl get into our family? What's that? Now you're frustrated? I'm the one who's frustrated because you don't understand. Shut up, seriously, a poor girl. What? Stop complaining if you're not home right now. I'm the one who's home for the four of you who aren't home. I'm doing my job to protect the house. Do you understand? I'm doing my job. Before you complain, you should pay me. I welcomed a woman like you into my family. Give me a break. You're only supported by your husband and you have never worked in this real world. Don't be so selfish with your parents and your husband's family background and money. Get out now. Now. And you'd better clean up your mess too. Okay. You want me to leave, huh? You're so hopeless. You don't understand. This is why I hate poor people who grew up with a single parent. Recently, when I am away from home on vacation or for leisure, Bianca has started to come and occupy my apartment and use it as a vacation home. No matter how strictly she is warned by her son, she doesn't listen to him, and no matter how much we complain to her husband, he spoils her. Even when I changed the key and made sure the door was locked tightly, she would call a locksmith to open the door for some random reason like, I lost a key. A few days later, she heard a story about my husband and me and made an outrageous demand. Rebecca, I heard you are going abroad. You're a poor, unsuccessful novelist who depends on James and our money. Do you understand your position? Huh? What is it this time? I don't have any plans to go abroad now. There's no point in lying. I heard you built a villa abroad. Oh, right, but that was a long time ago. I don't go there often, but there is one overseas. You've really pushed yourself too hard, haven't you? I can't believe you have a villa abroad. It sounds like you're showing it off. I'm telling you, I didn't build it. I inherited it from my father who passed away. But I'm sure you still have to pay for the upkeep, right? Or is it in a very inexpensive minor country? Or maybe you inherited a shack in the middle of nowhere in a developing country. That would suit you though, wouldn't it? No, it's located in Cancun, Mexico. Cancun? You want to lie and show off that much? I told you I didn't build it. It was built by my father and mother with money they had saved up for years to make a beautiful memory once a year. Well, whatever, if you say so. Cancun. I've never been to Cancun because I go to other countries. I've always wanted to go there at least once if possible, and we have a fair amount of money, so I can work it out with my husband, but when it comes to traveling abroad, there's a lot of trouble, you know. Well, yeah, it's true you need a passport and exchange money. So, the next time you go abroad, will you let me and my husband come with you? What? I heard from James that you are planning to go during the summer vacation starting in 2 weeks. Then it's perfect timing. I'll come along for the ride.
No, I'd appreciate it if you wouldn't. We're planning to relax as a family. Besides, we've already booked our flights, so we can't add tickets now.
Huh, what's that? You have the money to buy a villa, but you can't even invite your in-laws? A few extra people staying over is no big deal. You really are stingy.
Don't tell me you're coming too.
Of course, otherwise what's the point of going to Cancun?
I'm sorry, but the villa is not very spacious. It would be difficult for 2 families to stay there.
You and James and the others could book a hotel.
Why would it turn out like that? I could understand if you guys are booking a room.
I'm saying then there's no point going to Cancun. Do you understand English? Should I explain from 1 to 10?
I told you we all can't stay there.
This is your chance to show your in-laws the beautiful ocean of Cancun and be a good daughter-in-law. But you want to keep it all to yourselves. A poor woman from a poor family can't think like that.
Bianca, can't you see I'm really telling you to stop?
I'll help you pay for a plane ticket, so do something with James.
I mean, the size of the house won't change, you know?
I'm the one who came up with the idea and you're denying it, even though you're a lower-ranked wife. Who do you think you are to waste my precious time like you did the other day with the home guard?
You came to our house without permission, and you were just angry by yourself the other day. I'm telling you, I can't stay with you no matter what you say. If you insist, I guess the only way is to have separate hotels and flights and meet up there.
This is really why I don't like wives from poor families. Listen, if you don't have money, don't buy a villa. If you can't afford to buy it, at least invite people over. If you can't even invite your parents-in-law, it's a waste of money to have it.
Huh?
Are you being dumb? It's just a common sense. If you can't even do such a thing, you're so unsightly.
You say this, I say that. It's completely out of the question. Anyway, for once, I'd like to spend some quality time with my family, so please stop double booking. Well then, I have some chores to do, so if you'll excuse me now. Bianca's attitude made me feel tired and tired for no reason. Furthermore, one day just before the trip, I received a message from her.
Rebecca, good afternoon, or good evening. Oops, there's a time difference between Cancun and California. I forgot.
Huh? What? What's wrong? And what do you mean by time difference?
Where do you think I am right now?
How would I know?
Fine, I will tell you. I just arrived in Cancun. I just saw the ocean from the plane. It was beautiful. My husband looks like he's having a great time.
I can't believe you guys are actually coming to Cancun. How many days are you staying? Our schedule might clash with yours.
We haven't decided on how many days, but it's possible that our stay will clash.
Oh.
Well, it's really nice view of the ocean, and I'm sure it's going to be fun. And to be honest, I'm surprised. Even though it's a shabby villa, it looks pretty new and nice, doesn't it? It even has a pool. I thought it would be a shabby shack since it came for a poor family, but surprisingly, you did a good job.
Huh? A swimming pool? A villa? No way.
It's your villa.
What?
When I asked the neighbors that we were visiting as relatives, they told us. People over here are so friendly.
Wait a minute. How in the world could it happen? We are supposed to go to the villa the day after tomorrow.
I know. I'm saying I'll stay here in the meantime.
I didn't give you permission or invite you to use it.
You're not very nice, so I managed myself. I guess a nice house is for upper-class people like us. You don't deserve a villa, even if it's a shabby one.
I'm not talking about shabby or appropriate. You didn't come all the way to Cancun a few days before us just for that, did you?
Of course I did, because I am your mother-in-law. What belongs to you belongs to us. What's wrong with me using it? Besides, the house would cry if you have a villa like this and you don't use it. It has nothing to do with you. I won't say anything bad, so leave now. I'm already in here. By the way, the place is really too good for you. Just because you have a villa, do you think you got out of poverty and became a great person? You even got carried away and told me to go home. You should know who you are. Wow, you really went in there. No matter how much you say, this is another trespassing. What are you talking about? You invited me in, so I didn't break any laws. Besides, there's no one here, so it doesn't matter. I didn't invite you. I won't say any more, so get out now. It's too late. I've already put all my stuff in the house. This villa belongs to me and your father-in-law as of today. I've taken your stuff outside, so please come and collect them soon. What? You took the stuff out too? All of them? Why did you do that? Why would I do that? It's because they were in my way. It would ruin the villa if some poor person's poor belongings were left there. I threw them into the yard. Oh my God. Now you understand. Once I decide to do something, I do it. Look, I'm sorry to burst your bubble, but that's not our villa. Huh? I said it's not our villa. That's the villa of your daughter, Kate, and her family. Kate's villa? What are you talking about? I'm just telling you the truth. James and his sister Kate are very close, and we were also close as a family. So when her husband, Harry, decided to buy a villa to enjoy Cancun with their children, he chose a place close to ours and built it. Our villa doesn't have a pool. Here, this is ours. Wait, huh? Wait a minute, I don't see what you're talking about. Oh my God, you really broke in. And on top of that, you took their stuff without permission, throwing them into the yard? Hey, Harry is a lawyer, right? I heard that your daughter got fed up with you and left the house to marry him. If they found out you trespassed, well, they would sue you 100%. I really don't know what you're talking about. What the hell? You should have asked the neighbors for more details. Hey, what have you done? I threw all of her stuff out in the yard. Yeah, I was surprised. I mean, I know it was just a misunderstanding, but you threw away your own daughter and her family's belongings because they were in the way? No way. You tricked me. You intentionally made me go into this villa to frame me and my husband for the crime. How paranoid are you? There's nothing to trick you. Whatever the situation is, Bianca, you did it on your own. Just like you trespassed in our house. You stole things from your own son's family without permission. You threw away your own daughter's belongings because they were in the way. How can I be a good girl if you're like this? Tell me the address of the real villa right now. Where is it? Wow, you're scary. If you don't tell me, I'll ask James. He's tired of your trespassing and doing whatever you want, so there's no way he'll tell you. Hey, tell me this is not true. I'm suddenly scared and couldn't even tell my husband. Oops, you're in trouble. Anyway, why are you so obsessed with harassing me? It's because you don't behave well. Don't talk nonsense to me if you were born in a poor family. You are just a poor lady who has no choice but to be fed up by James and our noble family. I'm being fed? I didn't tell you my annual income, did I? I heard it from him. Then I think you heard only his income. Our incomes are about the same. Huh? Rebecca, you don't work. How are you earning money when you're unemployed and stuck at home all the time? I'm a novelist. I can work from anywhere with just one computer, so I work from home. We're both working in different places and different environments. I have been telling you this for a while now, but you don't listen to anything that's inconvenient for you. You've assumed that I'm unemployed, but I'm working, you know. Seriously? Then it's twice as what I heard. I guess so. Oh no. Since you're there in Cancun, why don't you enjoy at that villa just like you did before instead of worrying about us? Well, the police might come before you relax though. I've already contacted your daughter and her husband from my side. Don't be silly. Do something. Help me. There must be some way. Help me, Rebecca. Now you're a real criminal, aren't you? There's nothing I can do. I feel sorry for you. After that, I heard that Bianca left her husband and tried to run away alone. However, she was too late to run away because she had brought her belongings to the villa with the intention of turning it into a complete villa. In addition, he found her trying to run away and she dropped her phone and he saw the screen. There was a conversation between her and me, so it became a big problem, and the local residents heard the commotion and saw the stuff dumped in front of the villa. They called the police and they were caught red-handed on suspicion of trespassing. Of course, Kate and Harry were furious about this. She told her parents that she would break off the relationship, and she filed a claim for a large sum of money for damages. After that, although they managed to return back to their town, this incident became a rumor in the neighborhood, and because of this, they were not on good terms and they had to pay for the damages and go through a very horrible summer in the court. We, on the other hand, enjoyed our vacation in Cancun and are living peacefully.
Thanks for watching. If you liked this video, give us a thumbs up, hit subscribe, and leave us a comment down below. It means a lot to us. See you next time!